This hour for you on Daybreak, some local universities receive a grant to help reduce sexual assault on campus.
And a man is recovering after being taken off life support, and why some say this seems like a miracle.
Also got to talk about which county health department is trying to guarantee healthcare workers get vaccinated first when a coronavirus vaccine becomes available. The details are all this hour for you on Daybreak.
Good morning, and thanks for starting your Friday with us. Today is December 4th. I'm Jennifer Abreu.
And I'm Joe Moreno. We're just here to get you set and moving on this upcoming weekend, Jen.
And it is going to be a nice one. I can't get over it. However, I am afraid of what, I don't know, the next 2-3 weeks will look like, because we were spoiled in November. It was warm.
True.
This weekend will be nice. TJ, I don't know. Maybe January it will snow every day. I don't know.
Well, you know, I feel like we were spoiled. We did have all those days in the 70s. When I just moved, it was gorgeous. And we have been pretty good even heading into the first couple of days of this month. But we are tracking an even warmer few days as we head through the next 7. We're going to be pretty seasonable today. We're going to have lots of sunshine. Once these clouds clear, you can see the low cloud cover glancing south and westward toward downtown from our tower camera here outside our Color 10 studio. Satellite and radar showing those clouds clearing from west to east, really west of I-49. We're already seeing starry conditions. That's where our fog concern has upticked just a little bit because of that clearing sky and the light winds. 1.75 miles in Clinton, 3 in Joplin, now 8 in Springfield, as we continue to clear with all the moisture in the atmosphere and the ground from yesterday's rain, and temperatures dipping toward those dew points. Really the perfect recipe to create some of that patchy fog. The other concern is that temperatures have cooled with that clear sky and lighter wind. We're now below freezing in Clinton, Joplin, freezing in Monette, 37 in Ava, currently 37 as well in Fort Wood. So where the fog is occurring, it's also likely freezing on contact. So you may want to have that ice scraper just in case, because it could give you a little bit of a delay this morning. We may have some of that accumulating or accreting, so to speak, some of that ice accretion on your windshield and windows. So we'll give it the yellow light there in terms of our morning commute. Dry on the ride on home, and we're going to have lots of sunshine. No problems. You want to get outdoors, maybe do a little jog, a nice little run around the block. Should be A-OK, smooth sailing all the way through our day. And if you want to walk the dog while you're doing that, should be great in our wagging and walking forecast too. Introducing Sadie this morning. She's enjoying some outdoor time. We're back in the upper 40s, par for the course with those temperatures compared to average. And we continue on with this nice trend. If you want to do some of that outside holiday decorating, if you haven't done that yet, Saturday we're in the lower 50s, a little cooler on Sunday. But we'll talk more about this warming trend that does develop in the next week in just a little while.
With vaccines on the way and healthcare workers first in line for them, both Missouri and Kansas are working to make sure those who need it will, in fact, get it. The vaccines still await emergency approval from the FDA, but states are not waiting. The Lawrence Douglas County Health Department in Kansas put up a vaccine enrollment form on its website with the goal to make sure outside of major hospitals, healthcare employers get access to this first.
It's just making sure that we continue to collaborate in everything that we're doing, and especially not missing any healthcare workers that do need to be included in that first priority group.
Douglas County says once frontline workers who want to be vaccinated are taken care of, they'll do something similar for employers of essential workers.
This story scores a 10 with Color 10 this morning. There are some things you just can't explain. And a Kansas City man recovered after being taken off of life support. His mom says it's a miracle.
There just really is no medical or no human explanation except that it is a total miracle.
And Beth Hervatic says that's the only explanation why she's sitting at a table with her son Benedict, who right now only has one thing on his mind.
Excited to get some good pizza.
72 days ago, pizza was the last thing she or anyone else close to the family could think about. And the day Benedict's life would change. September 22nd, the 21-year-old suffering from sudden and at the time unexplained cardiac arrest. His brain severely damaged from lack of oxygen, ending up in a coma for 10 days and at his family's lowest life support.
They explained to me in words using catastrophic brain damage. They told us that they would expect no meaningful recovery.
After 8 days of no changes or improvement, his mother says the family decided to honor something Ben had expressed in the past, a difficult decision, but on October 1st, they pulled the plug.
It was horrific. It's indescribable. Heartbreaking, yet you want to be hopeful. devastating. There just really are not words.
But what happened next, even doctors can't explain. He began breathing on his own, and within 3 days, his eyes were open, and he was responding with his fingers. He began to improve rapidly at a pace that left his doctors at KU baffled, later transferring to a rehab in Omaha.
It was a lot to take in, but I could feel my body and I knew I was safe and I had my family around.
Today, he's not all the way back to normal, but he's getting close, leaving rehab early and only with a walker when he was told he would need a wheelchair. During his first day home, his first stop, Chuizano's Brick Oven Pizzeria, and the Legends outlet where he worked part-time. His family using this living testimony to prove miracles do still happen.
It's good to be home in time for Christmas.
Very good story on this Friday. We do have a follow-up for you, though, this morning, too. A lawsuit by televangelist Jim Bakker looking to block an investigation from Arkansas's Attorney General has been dismissed. Leslie Rutledge says Bakker used deceptive reasoning and practices involving his show, which suggested that a silver product could be used to treat or prevent COVID-19. About 385 Arkansans bought the silver solution during the first few months of the year. The federal judge's decision will allow the Arkansas Attorney General's office to gain records related to those sales for its investigation.
Missouri State University continues its efforts to reduce sexual assaults on college campuses here in Springfield because of a new grant they recently received. Color 10's Nija McDonald joins us now to explain the university's project. Nija, good morning.
Yeah, Jen, well, good morning. Project HEAL stands for Help, Educate, Advocate, and Listen, and is a coordinated community approach first created in 2017 and serves both MSU and OTC students. Swadley serves as a Project HEAL victim advocate at OTC.
We really want to make sure we have programs in place on our campuses that not only attempt to reduce violence happening to our students, but also programs aimed at supporting those students.
Swadley says people ages 18 to 24 experience violence at higher rates.
What I have seen students really be eager for is the tools to actually do something about the violence they're experiencing.
Project HEAL works to provide both victims and bystanders with these important tools through things like violence prevention education.
If your friends are sitting around and someone makes a joke that is sexist or violent in the language that's being used, it's really easy just to step in and say, hey, we don't talk like that here.
Project HEAL director Kunti Bentley says not to underestimate the power of dialogue.
All of those little tiny details, they all add up to the bigger picture of some of the violence that we see being allowed on campus, in dorm rooms, in our own homes.
Bentley says the group wants to use its grant continuation to reach more people.
I'd love to see some engagement with our satellite campuses, and that's going to look like providing resources virtually.
She says faculty and staff play a vital role in getting students connected with the help they need. Well, to learn more about Project HEAL and how you can support its mission, visit our website at ozarksfirst.com.
Our Daybreak photojournalist Tim has hit the roads for our live drive. No concerns right now in the metro, but for some of us, we are dealing with a little bit of patchy fog out there. High pressure is taking over, helping to clear the sky, contributing to that fog. But how long do we have this sunshine around once it starts to rise? And how is our weekend looking? We'll have the latest forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
From Color 10 Ozarks First, Jennifer Abreu, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist TJ Springer. This is Color 10 News Daybreak.